What's up, guys? It is Chris back for Watch Chris. Today we are talking about a new release from Huckberry and Zodiac. They have teamed up yet again on another limited edition Zodiac, and this one is very limited. This gets a full titanium case and a beautiful blue dial. I really love what Huckberry decide to do on most of their collaborations, and this one is a really great reinterpretation of a classic. So let's flip the camera and take a look at a very lightweight Zodiac Super SeaWolf in collaboration with Huckberry. One of the most iconic dive watches of all time. It was one of the first dive watches back in 1953, the Zodiac Super SeaWolf. This one is in titanium. It's a limited edition that Huckberry are doing with Zodiac. I think it's limited to like 100 watches, something like that. Usually Zodiac, very, very good about the number of watches that they produce. This looks like a tool watch. It gets a completely matte finished case, and I really like that they did this with a Super SeaWolf. There is no polishing on here whatsoever, except for the case back. That's the only place. The bezel is really nicely finished. It is sort of rounded, very similar to what you get from other SeaWolves. However, this gets a sunburst blue dial against that background of titanium. It looks really nice. Very rich looking, however, under the radar. You would think this is probably a black dial. When you get close to it, you notice that it's not. You have big maxi indices that are applied. Obviously the 12, 9, 3, and 6. Those are very, very large and very liberally applied with Lume. There is no date. This is powered by an STP movement. That is the 1-21. So that's their recently upgraded version of their Salida competitor. So this is upgraded. You still get 44 hours of power reserve, but it's a Swiss-made automatic movement that they put inside these watches. This is a very nicely proportioned watch. This is around a 39 millimeter watch at that bezel. So it's around 38.9 millimeters is what I measured. It's a little bit smaller at the case, but I would say it wears like a 39 millimeter watch. 12.7 millimeter thickness. That's including the domed sapphire crystal, screwed in case back. You also get a screwed in crown in here, 200 meters of water resistance. You get a 6.2 millimeter crown, and the lug to lug on here is around 46.2 millimeters, 46.3 is what I have measured. Like I was mentioning before, the entire case is bead blasted. So you do have a bead blasted side. The crown is bead blasted. It is also signed with the Zodiac logo. On both sides of the watch, you can see everything is bead blasted. Even that bezel is also matte finished. The case back, like I was mentioning before, there is a little bit of polish. There's a polished edge that goes around the case back, and then of course the center logo and that little ring that goes around the logo, that is polished. So looks really nice, really nicely finished all over. Really nicely finished case back. The case back with that matte finishing everywhere else and that polish really stands out, looks very good. And then you just have the logo for Huckberry right there. Very discreet. They do a great job with their limited editions. They always do a good job with their limited editions. And Huckberry, just a really great place to go if you are into watches, if you're into EDC, everyday carry, clothing, anything for men really. They have tons of cool stuff on their website. Definitely check out their website, sign up for their newsletter. They come out with a lot of special editions, limited editions, watches like that. They just recently came out with a Timex. I actually have a Timex that they did a limited edition for on my wrist, and I'll show you that in just a second. This is priced at $1,795. This is a blue dial skin dive. You get that blue sunburst dial. I'll show you that very close up, and it is in titanium. You're also getting that STP 1-21, which is their upgraded movement. 200 meters of water resistance, and like I mentioned before, the original SeaWolf came out in 1953, so they are celebrating their 70th anniversary in 2023, so last year, but really cool and an iconic dive watch. On my wrist today, one of my favorite Timexes of all time. This is a Huckberry collaboration with Timex. This gets a charcoal dial. That orange secondhand really stands out. I have this on an aftermarket strap, which I think looks really, really good. This is a strap habit. It just looks great on this watch. It comes on a bracelet, but it looks really good on this strap. There it is on my 7.5 inch wrist. This is a 39mm watch, 12.7 millimeters thick, 46 millimeter lug to lug, or just about that. I think it looks great on my 7.5 inch wrist. This comes on a Velcro strap, very typical for Zodiac. You do get a keeper here that is in titanium, very thin to the wrist. As you can see, that 12.7 millimeters does wear very nicely and very thin. The only complaint that I would make about this watch is the AR coating on that sapphire crystal. Not really enough. You can see a lot of what's going on in my studio. In person, it is better, but like I said, in direct light, in studio lights like this, you could see it could use a little bit more AR coating. And there's the Lume. You can see the Lume is very, very good on here. There's Lume on the second hand. That is a little arrow. The two dagger hands for the hour and minutes. Those are very liberally applied with Lume. And then of course you have those maxi indices for the 12, 9, 6, and 3. There is no date here, as I mentioned before, so I do really like that. Very, very bright and very liberally applied with Lume. Tell me what you think down in the comments below. I do want to do bezel action. I keep on forgetting to do that. So I do want to do the bezel action on here. So let's listen to that right now. Bezel action, very good. Not much play in the bezel whatsoever. Very loud, very satisfying clicks. I think it sounds great. Tell me what you guys think of this watch down in the comments below. I really like what Huckberry do. I really like their limited editions. They don't put their name all over it, and a lot of their limited editions are really cool, like this watch. They've come up with something that I haven't seen before from Zodiac. It's not flashy like a lot of their other divers, very colorful. They have gone really calm with this watch, and I like it. It looks like a tool watch. It feels like a tool watch. It's lightweight. It's got lots of Lume, and it has a beautiful blue dial. Tell me what you guys think down in the comments below. I want to hear from you guys. Tell me what you think about this watch. Anyway, thank you for logging on. I'll catch you guys in the next video.